Okay. All right, so let's see if we can fill in this Venn diagram. So it might help you if you think of these as being the people who like apples, and these as being the people who like bananas. And then these guys right in here would like both, and these guys out here would like neither, right? So we can think about it, maybe if you put it in context, it's a little bit easier. So it says, the probability that we like apples is 0.6. You cannot put 0.6 into this picture because that represents the entire apple ball. All right? So it's useful information, but I can't put it in. I can't put this one in either. The probability I like bananas is 0.5. This is probability of apples, probability of bananas. Now, this I can put in because this says the probability of apples and bananas. So that upside down symbol, that's the intersection symbol. You've seen that before, and that means and. So the probability I like apples and bananas is 0.2. So this right here is 0.2. That is the apple and banana part of the diagram. Would you agree? Those people like both? Now, if the whole apple ball was 0.6, now I can fill this in. That's 0.4. And if the whole banana ball was 0.5, this is 0.3. That look okay to everybody? Now, this means there's 40% here, 20% here, and 30% here. What does that add up to? That does not add up to 100. That adds up to 0.9, which means there are 10% of the people who don't like apples or bananas, because you gotta have 100% of your people. These are probabilities. These are decimals. So 40%, 20%, 30%, and then 10%. There's your 100. Now, let's answer the questions. This little thing right here, this little hash mark deal, is not. That is the not. It's called the complement. You don't need to worry about that. It's not. So this says, what's the probability that I like apples and I don't like bananas? So I like apples, but I don't like bananas. Isn't that this guy right here? Aren't these the people who like apples only? Right, so what does this one say? Not apples, but bananas. Right, so this one was 0.4. What's this one? 0.3. Because these are the guys that like bananas, but they don't like apples, so they're just here. They like only bananas. And what does this one say? Ty, did you check into the front office? Okay, you need to go down there, drop your stuff off, and then run down real quick and come back. Okay, what does this one say? I don't like apples, and I don't like bananas. So that's here, right? Isn't that 0.1? Those are the guys that don't like either one. Problem 6 is exactly the same. Different numbers. Take a minute and see if you can fill in the numbers. This time we like carrots and donuts. All right, so we have carrots and donuts. See if you can fill in the numbers and answer the questions. Where did you start? I hope you started right here in the middle, because they told you that C and D was 0.35. So what did that mean about just this part right here? 0.4 or 0.40, whatever's easiest for you. Because the whole C ball is 0.75. We already know the middle part is 0.35, so that leaves 0.4 here. What about over here? 0.05. Please watch that decimal. 0.05, 5% over there. Now, what do these add up to?
0.8.
Those add up to only 80%, which means what?
0.2.
There are 20% of the people who don't like carrots or donuts. What does this say? I like carrots but not donuts, so that would be 0.40. Is that okay with everybody, or just 0.4 is fine?
Yep.
This is, I don't like carrots, but I do like donuts, so that's 0.05. And what are these guys? They don't like either one, so they are 0.20. Everybody okay with that? All right, I'm gonna hand out your practice test. 9.3 is a big thing with lots of stuff. So there's 2 homework assignments for 9.3. One of them, the first one is due Wednesday, the second one's due Thursday. Okay, you can do them all together if you want. They're 2 separate assignments. First one's Wednesday, second one's Thursday.
Can I turn them to you tomorrow?
Absolutely, you can always turn them in, right? Yep, you guys are going on a retreat?
Yep.
Probably be a good idea to get those turned in tomorrow.
Oh,
So
what?
you don't have them hanging over your desk.
Are they gonna bring on the
And then, guess what we've got here? Our practice tests.
Finish all your initial work in English?
Yeah. Well, no, I have like one assignment left. One assignment.
What you been doing?
Seth.
All right, here we go, friends.
You know you really can't.
This is gonna take us back. We're wrapping things up here. Getting ready for a test soon. All right, use your calculator to evaluate, round to the nearest thousandth if necessary. The only ones that you're going to be rounding off are the probability questions. Because when it says, how many ways can 7 books be on a shelf, that isn't a decimal. That is a whole number. Only the probabilities are going to be decimals. All right, here we go. So, how many ways can 7 books be arranged on a shelf? Who remembers? 7 factorial. 7 factorial, which you type into your calculator. 7 and then the exclamation point, which is the same place your NCR button was. So 7 factorial, 5,040 ways. 5,040 ways, thank you, honey. How many outfits are possible if you have 4 pairs of pants and 6 shirts? $24. Why is it 20? Ding, ding, ding. Why is it 24? Because we have 4 pant options, 6 shirt options. I'm picking a pant and a shirt, so I'm going to multiply them. 4 times 6.
You wrote it down.
No factorials. You're not arranging anything. You're picking. Okay? How many ways can you answer 8 true-false questions? 8 true-false questions. Mary and Bo, what is the story down here? Do you have an idea of the problem? Okay, well, let's focus on the math then. So, I'm going to sit down and take this test. Here's number 1. It's true or false. So how many options do I have for question number 1? 2. All right, 2 options. All right, here's question 2. How many options for that? 2. How about question 3? 2. And 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't all those have 2 options each? And when I sit down to take the test, I am going to answer question 1 and question 2 and question 3 and so on. So how many ways can I answer an 8-question true-false test? 256. 2 times 2 times 2 and so on. All right, now here we go, number 4. Put on your thinking caps. There are 12 kids in the class. And I am going to choose 3 of them. Is that going to be 12 P3 or 12 C3? P. Why is it P? Because order matters, because the prizes are different. The prizes are different. If I were giving away 3 pencils, it would be 12 C3. But since I'm giving away different prizes, it's 12 P3. And I don't know what that is. P button this time, 1,320. All right, one more, number 5. How many ways can I arrange the letters of the word pretty? Well, there are 8 letters altogether, right guys? So I'm going to start with 8 factorial. But what do I notice about the letters? So what have I got that's a repeat? I've got 2 T's,
2 R's,
2 E's, and 2 R's. Now I do those individually, so it's 2 factorial, 2 factorial, 2 factorial. Okay? And those are all divisions. So it's 8 factorial divided by 2 factorial, divided by 2 factorial, divided by 2 factorial. See if you get 5,040. I think that's the answer. Okay, remember that? All right, I'm going to stop there. We'll pick up here tomorrow.
Oh.
been paid, I'm gonna have to start taking disciplinary action, and I don't wanna do that. I
Miss
want
Ford.
us all to be one happy,
Miss
loving
Ford, what do you do with the
family.
money?
Those are my batteries, so they run.
Battery. You got a lot of batteries.
Wait, is this not yours?
Nah,
Kendall Coleman!
no,
No, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, we're gonna have a conversation. That is ridiculous.
Guys, be quiet.
So where's your man here?
I left it in the car. I better go. No, I just go get my car.
No, you're
I
gonna
gotta go
get-
to ceramics.
Okay,
It's past 9 o'clock. He can't get one anyway, Miss Ford.
Right.
no, they wait until noon or something.
Ours says, that's the thing says 9.
Doesn't matter, anyway. So now you have the grand total today.
Grand total is crazy.
Let's see how many fractions you're gonna have.
Ding, ding, ding. Come on, Derek, we got English. Wait, get that for me before I get your fraction. Get that for me.